Hello, Facebook fans and YouTube fans of DX Engineering. It is Tuesday afternoon here in the Eastern time zone of the USA. It's 17:15 Zulu on June 25th, 2024. And this is Tuesdays with DX Engineering. This is a show most of the time you're going to see and hear from one of our team members. And today we have on Tommy, NE5TH from Texas. Hello, Tommy.
Hello, Tim. How you doing?
Good, Tommy. Great to have you helping our DX engineering customers down there in Texas, and of course we have Guy K5TGS down there, and Jeff N5TJ. So those are the three fives. Tommy, how long have you been with DX engineering now?
I've been with DX Engineering for about 3.5 years now.
And how's it going? I mean, are you having fun on the phones and emails?
I'm having a blast on the phones. I mean, we get a lot of new questions from not only new customers, but new hands. And it's really satisfying to be able to help them answer all their questions and point them in the right direction.
Right. And now, Tommy, how long have you been in the hobby itself, amateur radio?
I've been a ham since 1989, so I'm in my 35th year, but I've been involved with electronics for quite a while.
35 years worth of experience. So you've been there, done that, and seen it all. But if you had to say there's a couple of things that you're really good at as far as answering questions or teaching about what in the hobby, what would you say those couple of things are?
One would be like wire antennas, dipole antennas, the G5RV, manual tuners. I'm real comfortable with the manual tuners, and I normally can tune just about anything with the tuners that I have. So yeah.
And tell everybody what tuners you have.
The majority of them are the MFJ tuners, like the 941E, the 941D, and also the 971, the small QRP tuner or mobile.
Oh yeah, tuner. Yeah. In fact, I had great experience with the MFJ 941E myself. That is a rock solid tuner. Tommy, what kind of advice do you have for people now that MFJ is no longer, at least for what we know, is no longer going to be making tuners? What advice do you have?
To go ahead and search around to see if you can find an alternate. I know here at DX Engineering, we're working on trying to get some alternate items that MFJ provided, but it's going to take some time. And I'm sure there's some other companies that may be looking at their products that may want to do the same thing. So just keep an eye out in the near future.
Yeah, and what about automatic tuners, Tommy? What do you think about like the Matt tuner, LDG, some of these?
Yeah, so I've got a couple of the LDG tuners. I've not used the Matt tuners yet, but the LDG tuners work great, especially for portable operations. They're small, lightweight, and easy to carry around. So especially for something like field day and POTA and events like that, they work out great, even for home use on the base.
Right. Tommy, what radios are you using now in your shack?
The main one, my main go-to radio, I like all the older rigs. The Kenwood TS2000 is one. I've got the ICOM IC7000, plus I've got some of the old boat anchors. I got the TS520 and the Drake TR7 that I break out ever so often.
No, those are some real good radios. Great memories with those, and certainly the new stuff today. How comfortable are you on like the IC 7300 and 7610, Tommy? What do you think of those?
Oh, they're great rigs. I've got a couple of friends of mine that have both the 7300 and the 7610, and they love it. I've been over and operated with them a few times, and I mean, they're great rigs. You can't go wrong with them.
And that Yaesu FT891, that another very popular rig. What about clubs, Tommy? What are you doing with clubs down there?
So I'm actually involved with the CARE group, the County Amateur Radio Enthusiasts. We've been around for about 25 years. We've got 2 repeaters here locally that we are the trustees of, and it's a group of guys that had just gotten together and wanted to help the community I've also been a member of the Montgomery County Aries Amateur Radio Emergency Service. I'm still a member of the state of Texas Races and also shares.
Wow. So that's going to keep you busy in itself. You guys have had some rain down there, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. We've had quite a lot of rain down here, not near as much as they're having, further up north now, but yeah, we've had our fair share of rain for sure.
Yeah, yeah. So it can get a little dicey down there weather-wise, and of course, you've got the heat. How about field day, Tommy? What went on for field day?
Well, I had a family event going on, so I wasn't able to attend field day this year, but I have attended many others in the past, which has been a real popular event for the past, I'd say, since 2006, when I mainly got involved in Aries. We were hitting it hard and heavy for field day, going out to public parks and setting up and everything. Some of the guys around here lately, they set up for about 4 or 5 hours and they're done. And I've got to invest more time in it than that myself, honestly.
Well, we're all getting older, I guess, and that's part of it. But the activity seemed to be very, very good for field day this year, in spite of it being hot like everywhere.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, you're no stranger to the heat down there in Texas. And,
No, sir.
So, what about customers? What are you hearing? What kind of questions have you been getting lately?
A lot of them's really about the like the ground mounted verticals. They're real interested in those, but they're concerned about the ground radio system that they have to install for them to work efficiently. But I mean, just about any types of antennas. We've had a lot of new hams call up and asking about a good startup station. Like I'll normally recommend the 7300, and if they don't have a large footprint for an antenna, I might recommend the Comet CHA 250 HD for a vertical, mass mounted vertical. But it just depends on what they have to work with.
Yeah, it's still, Tommy, small backyards are really a problem, and even HOA issues. Tommy, let's see who we've got in the chat room here today. We've got Jose XE2 Zulu is on from Mexico. Dawn, our friend out in Philadelphia, Whiskey Juliet 3 United. And from Brazil, it's Papa Uniform 2, Mike. And Scotty Myers on here today, another DX Engineering team member. Kilo
Yes,
Golf 9 Zulu. Good to have you on, Scotty. And Don, he says, to show my age, I have a Wanzer Z match. It can be switched between T and Pi for matching purposes. Every once in a while, I see those at the Ham Fest. And our friend Skip is on here. That's Parky, KB8UUZ. Tommy is a great guy to work with. His ham radio experience really helps all the sales and technology people here at DX Engineering. Thank you, Parky, for chiming in.
Thank you.
And let's see, to this old timer, the only antenna tuner is a tape measure and a pair of wire cutters. Tommy, I'm sure your advice is you measure twice or 3 times, cut once, right?
Yes, sir. Exactly.
And I really like that. Dan's on, WA4 Mike Oscar Mike. Dan says, hello and good afternoon, Tim and Tommy. Still using my Trio. He's got 3 TR7
nice
here in the shack. Just bought an FTDX10 from DX Engineering. The $200 rebate is too hard to resist. And Tommy, I know Scott, N3RA, our sales manager, was using an FTDX10 on field day, and he really, really liked it. Yeah. Dave is on with us, Kate Delta Victor, part of the DX Engineering team. And Dave says it's great being part of the DXE team with great hams like Tommy. And I have to agree. We're really fortunate to have so many people on the team that have a lot of varied experience, because Tommy, maybe you and I don't know as much about UHF, VHF stuff, but we got guys that do.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We've got a great support group, the team. I mean, anytime I have a question that I'm not sure of, I'll just put it into the chat room and hit them up with a question. and 99% of the time I get an answer from them. So it's
Yeah,
great team.
yeah, we're really and we're always adding to people or adding people to the team too. And Tommy, sometimes we get questions. Um, can I join the DX engineering team? And the answer is yes. It is possible when we have openings, but you have to live in one of the 6 states. So let's walk through those 6 states. You have to live in either Ohio, you have to live in Nevada,
Yep.
you have to live in Texas like you do,
Yes, sir.
or you have to live in Georgia. And just recently, we've added Tennessee and Florida. So
Great.
those are the places you can home office and be on the team and take calls. And and you watch the openings part here on the website. And Tommy, what do you think of the DX Engineering website? What can we do better?
It's great. I mean, I've never had an issue finding anything myself, but I've especially helped walk through some of the customers that aren't familiar with the website. I try to tell them, how to go about going through the website to find different items. But I think it works great. I've never had an issue, and I haven't heard a lot of complaints from any of the customers about it.
And if there ever is a complaint or a suggestion, we really like, I encourage people, with every order, even that you place, if there's something that we can do to do it better,
Yes, sir.
we're all about that. I see the retail store is on over in Ohio at Talmadge at the Summit Racing Superstore. There's Jeff,
Hello, Jeff.
KBHCWT, and hello to you, Jeff. And we've also got Kevin. Germany Zero Uniform Delta Golf is on from the UK. Good to have you on, Kevin. And do you get customers from all over the world, Tommy? Do you get any DX customers?
Oh yeah, yeah. I get plenty of DX customers. I mean, from the UK, as you mentioned, we get them from Australia, New Zealand. I had one call earlier from Italy. So we get them from all over the world.
Yeah, and another great thing about working here is that we have a super shipping department through fulfillment of putting stuff in the boxes and making sure that everything is well packed, but shipping all over the world. And sometimes that can be a challenge too, Tommy. With the
It
delivery
can be.
services, right?
Yeah, it can be. It can be a challenge, especially if you're going international. But we try to work things out with the customer to get it to them as quick as and as careful as possible, so they enjoy the service that we provide for them. So,
And that works good. And how about that shipping out of Sparks, Nevada, Tommy? What do you think about that second warehouse out there?
it's working out great. I mean, anytime there's something on the West Coast that the customer needs, if they have it in stock, normally in California, they get it within 2 days.
Yeah, and sometimes even next day
Yeah.
with ground service, because Sparks is right there, very close to the border of California. You got any big plans for the summer, Tommy? What do you got going on?
Well, not a whole lot. It's going to be hot, as we all know, but we're planning on taking some time off and possibly going camping here sometime soon. Of course, I'm going to take a couple of rigs with me to work possibly some POTA. We don't have a lot of summits around here, so it ain't going to be a whole lot of that. But yeah, we may do some parks on the air here sometime soon.
Boy, that would be great. And that's another thing that I want to emphasize is that the guys here at DX Engineering, everybody's on the air.
Yep.
Everybody, doing parks on the air. I know Jeff, KB8CWT, does a lot of that. And we've got, guys that are giving tests on VE teams, guys that are active like yourself and ARES, active in their clubs, active in QRP. I know John KJ3X is big into QRP and making end-fed wire antennas and all these sorts of things. So lots of activities going on this summer. Well, Tommy, thanks so much for coming on today with us. I really appreciate the service you give to our customers, and and answering all the questions and helping guys have fun with the best hobby in the world. Tommy, what do you think?
Yes, sir. That's it. Greatest hobby in the world. You can make a lot of friends worldwide, not just locally. But appreciate you letting me be on here, Tim. We'll see you next time, and you have a great day. Everybody have a great day. Thank you.
All right, Tommy. Thanks again. And thanks to all of you for watching. We'll see you on Thursday for the Manufacturer Showcase. Until then, 73 from DX Engineering.